Hey guys, Good Guy Dan here. We're going to take a last look at the Master Grade Tallgeese 2 I've been working on as a commission project for the last couple of weeks. At this stage in the project, pretty much everything's been painted. Almost everything has been lined. I went in after painting and went through and did some hand brushing on various details of the kit. And really all that's left is to move on to the decals. Apply the setter and softer, and then give it a few coats of flat base to finish everything up and seal in all the detail. So without blabbering on too much longer, let me show you some of the stuff that's going on with the kit. So the thruster pods are one of the most recognizable features of the Tallgeese and the Tallgeese 2, and like my original Tallgeese, I went through and used a gold enamel. Well, on the Tallgeese I used the silver, but on the Tallgeese 2 I used a gold enamel and highlighted these little raised little raised bits inside of the thruster pods, so that way when they open up, there's a little extra detail in there. Now, for the thruster bells themselves, what I used to get this two-color finish are two colors of paint. First I painted everything this Guy Notes Starbright Silver, and then I painted the exterior with Guy Notes Starbright Iron. So it has a nice two-color effect with, you know, that nice silver lip at the bottom really makes it pop. For hand brush detail on this part, these little indents towards the tops of the pod, I painted them with the same neutral gray color as the interior of the pod, and then lined them with some black panel line accent color from Tamiya. Similarly, this little winglet here I painted blue or white originally, and the mask painted the blue, and then went back in with a fine detail brush and painted neutral gray in there. So just a nice little detail. And this folds up nicely. Also, a little duralinium up here. On the original design of the suit, this is blue. So blue on blue, not a lot of contrast. For the shield, there are three colors. A dark gray like the rifle, a neutral gray like the frame, and then the duralinium, and then obviously the blue. For the beam sabers, I used a little bit of enamel silver and highlighted the emitter and I guess the activation button, and did that on both sides. So if you pull it out, you can see the little activation button. It's also silver on that side. The rifle, according to the instructions, should be all one color. It's like a really dark gray, and I thought that was a little boring, so like on my Tallgeese, I painted the barrel with the Starbright Iron, and then the collar with Starbright Duralinium, and the little release lever with Duralinium again. The rifle color and the clip, the magazine, are slightly different colors, although I don't know how well it's going to show up on the camera with this light. And then the little sensor up here, there's a little green sensor eye or whatever you'd like to call it, but the housing is the same dark blue that I used on the feet. And once we open the little breech in the back, I did some hand brushing with silver inside of there. What else? What else? Feet were fairly simple. Neutral gray bottoms, dark blue back and toe piece, and same with the little ankle covers, dark blue. And then normal white. I really like the head sculpt on this kit, a lot more than the Tallgeese, I have to say. The fin was fairly easy to do. This was first painted with several coats of white, then doing some micro masking, I painted the yellow. The little gray here in front of the mohawk was hand brushed with neutral gray, as was the tiny little Gundam style goatee on the face. I used red enamel under the eye for the little, I don't know if you want to call them scars or whatever you want to call them. Little hand brush gray details on these raised circular pieces on the front, as well as the little circular pieces on the back. The legs were fairly simple. You can see in the back how the duralumin frame pieces kind of bring up some contrast. And same thing up front, you can see a little bit there. The arms were fairly basic. This little collar right around the wrist used to be kind of a light gray, and I recolored that white. The guard over the outside of the hand was a medium gray, neutral gray, and I recolored it dark blue. And then the little silver detailing around the edge of the arm was also a blue, which I've gone through and redetailed duralumin. Also, this interior piece is also duralumin now. Nothing too special about the waist units. The only little added detail I did, I painted the little circular pieces up front here with neutral gray and butt thrusters. I've already shown this before, but what I did is I took a razor saw and notched the pegs on either side of this. This is a weapon hanger. It hangs off the arm for the shield, I believe. Just for some added detail, it was very easy to do, and now that I've lined them, you know, it shows through. It's a nice little detail. It moves with the rotation of this piece down here, so you can put it into different positions. Just a nice little added piece of detail. Very easy to do. Little wings. The interior of the thruster pod. We've already looked at the exterior. It's fairly basic, just to show off the gold design. And that's about all the interesting parts on this kit. Like I mentioned, I will be painting this kit, or not painting this kit, decaling this kit in the next day or two, followed by some top coat, and it should be done. So, also, before I go, one of the things I wanted to show off was kind of maybe what inspired this as well as my Tallgeese. And this is a Tallgeese 2 from the Hobby Japan that featured the Banshee head, the 148 display piece. And this is a Tallgeese 2 that was featured in there. And I kind of like to think that between my Tallgeese and my Tallgeese 2, I've covered most of the aspects of this build. This builder used silver throughout the design, similar to the way I had, but he also used the two-tone armor pieces the way I had in the Tallgeese. Just a very, very nice piece here. He did a tiny little bit of panel line working, or panel line scribing on it, so the detail on it really pops. If I were going to build another Tallgeese 2, I would probably copy this design exactly, just because I'm such a fan of it. And it really does the kit justice without overreaching on the design too much. So with that, all that being said, the last bit I have to do on this kit is this little shred of water slide decaling. You can see, you know, in comparison to like a normal decal sheet, which is about this much larger, you know, this is fairly basic, fairly straightforward. This shouldn't take more than an hour or two, and should be done. So you won't see this one in the video probably, it finished anyways, but I'll definitely have photos of it up on my blog. So if you're interested in what the final product looks like, you can feel free to head over there in the next couple of days and you should see something up. Alright guys, this is Good Guy Dan, signing out. Thanks. Bye.